Kurkure, you know what is the ingredient of kurkure? Plastic. You are developing test for good quality plastic. Yesterday I was watching a video on this Pepsi. No, what we get into the market now. So they're telling that all what is there in the norm in the Western countries, they're all crossing the norms. Like they're putting everything which is harmful for your body 10 times more. Okay, so Pepsi Coke has an ingredient which can directly damage your liver, kidneys, all your vital organs. You know, so they have 10 times more, including caramel and all these things. They said. So I was just watching all these things. So whatever they have banned in their countries, they're selling it into the India. In between, I saw a viral video about kurkure. It was like it burns like anything. It's a very good fuel. Maybe you can carry when you're traveling in jungle or somewhere like that. You know, if you get lost somewhere, you can eat as well as you can burn it. You know, both the ways you can use it. Done. What is 5 p.m. 2 p.m. What is? Acha. What to do tomorrow? Tomorrow you on a holiday? Or you'll come through like snake in between, all the procession and all is going on? If you come, you cannot go back, I think, tomorrow. Or we should keep online, or we should give a holiday. What holiday? You're going for a procession? You have to participate. To see, okay. Anybody goes for dancing and all? Do people dance in Hyderabad in procession? Only boys will do. In Pune, my place, I'm from Pune. You come there, everyone will dance, including girls. And they will play the big drums and all these things. I don't know how do they play. I never did this. They're such a huge. They're hanging on their neck. Looking at the size, I feel like I'll go down. But they are comfortably like playing the dhol like this. So they will dance also. You should come if you are like very fond of Ganapatis. You should come to Pune. Because Pune is the place where actual Ganesh festival started. You know the history? Tilak started. Yeah. Actually, that Ganapati used to be situated inside the house of everyone. But he said he wanted to bring people together. He used to, with the use of religion. So he started the Ganapati. Then I was surprised. I was sleeping yesterday in my room, and suddenly Marathi songs and Aarti started somewhere around. I was in Hyderabad. It was a dream or what? Then I thought, okay, people are playing everywhere. They're playing Marathi songs only. I used to think that they're playing some Telugu songs or Telugu Aartis. They're playing Marathi Aartis only. You guys also sing Marathi Aartis? Do you know it is Marathi? First of all, yeah, many times we don't know that. No? Very good. Nice. And you should come to Pune. They are very beautiful Ganapatis and so many scenes they make outside the Ganapatis. There is one Ganapati which is like completely his ears and his tusk is completely golden. No, it's called Dagdushet Halwai. Okay, it's a halwai, means one of the sweet maker. He has gifted this. Also, they say it's a powerful, very powerful deity. And this Amitabh Bachchan, you know, when there's a movie called Coolie. In that movie, on that movie set, one villain punched him. Okay, so he was supposed to die, but it said that Jaya Bachchan donated these golden ears to this Ganpati, and she said, okay, let him live and make some good movies after that. So he survived. It's like that. So that Ganpati is like golden Ganpati, completely gold. The huge Ganpati. Okay. And we have Ganpatis from the times of Peshwas. You know, you have seen Bajirao Mastani and all those movies. So at that time, these Peshwas, they have made some Ganapatis. They used to go, Okay, so those Ganapatis are there. And the Pune's speciality is that each and every gully is known for the deity or Ganpati. Okay, like every gully has some very ancient deity. Either it is Hanuman or it is Ganpati or it is a goddess. Like ancient time in Hyderabad also, if you go to the villages, they have every village have some Amman temple everywhere. Similarly, Pune has this type of culture. You'll see the old Pune, very beautiful. Specifically, Ganapati time you can come to Pune. And if you like to dance, it's like open invitation. Go into the any pandal and start dancing. Nobody will say anything like that. Okay. Nobody knows you. They dance with anyone. No. Even girls also dance there because people don't drink much during the, so they can safely come and dance there. Okay. So these things are there. So international time and date, everyone has understood. Okay. So let us solve some examples. Okay. So can you solve these examples which was mentioned over here? I think verbally we have solved this. Okay. I'll give you some other examples. Write down. If there is a 2 p.m. at, okay, first line is same. If there is a 2 p.m. at Greenwich, what will be the time at 137 degrees east, 163 degrees west, second, 163 west, and 48 degrees east. 48 degrees east. Okay, so 3 you calculate. You see. Okay. So what was the first? 137 east. So 15 divided by 137, how much? What is the time at prime meridian? 2 p.m. So it's not 12 p.m. Remember, it's 2 p.m. So accordingly, we have to calculate. So what will be at 138 degrees? 11:08. 11 p.m. 8 minutes. Everyone? Okay. Second, 163 degrees west. So what will be time at 163 degrees west? 3:08 a.m. Online students, everyone? Okay. Aishwarya, you have to calculate exact time, including the minutes. Okay. Third, 48 degrees east. 5 minutes, 5:12 p.m. Everyone? Okay. Online students, everyone? All 8 participants? You got the answer? Amog, Saishri, okay. What about others? Charan, okay. So these types of questions can be asked in prelims. Okay, now you would be able to solve it. Okay, there won't be any problem. Okay, so difficult questions now you are able to solve it. Simple also you will be solving it. Okay, so there is one more concept over here which is called as a daylight saving time. Okay, what does this say? Daylight saving time means what? You are saving the light of the day. See, what I told you on equinox, on the day of equinox, you have an equal day and equal night. So we don't come to know. that we don't come to know much difference between day and night. Almost we have 11 hours of day or 10.5 hours of day. But in the temperate region and in the polar region, so what happens? They have like 5 hours of day and rest is night, or sometimes 4 hours of day or 6 hours of day, rest is night. So what happens if they, according to season, the length of the day and nights keeps changing? Okay. So in the summer, they have longer days. In the winter, they have a shorter days. Okay. So spring means what? Winter. Sorry, spring means what? Summer. And fall means what? Winter. So during the winter, day length is less. Okay. So what happens? Day finishes very early. Okay. So to enjoy the time of day, what they do? They shift their clocks 1 or 2 hours backward. Understanding? Okay. So what happens? Instead of waking at 5, let us say they wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay. But in reality, they are waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Office time, initially they used to go at 8 a.m. in the morning, but now in the practically they are going at 6 a.m. Let us say 6 a.m. is their office. Let us say 7 a.m. is their office. So 2 hours they are going early. They are coming from the office 2 hours early. So what happens? They are able to see the day. They are able to see the sunlight. Understanding? So because of what happens, the maximum time, maximum work of them finishes in the daytime. They don't work in the night time, so they don't have to use the lights. So saving of electricity happens. Huge amount of electricity, billions of units of electricity is getting saved. Plus what happens if you don't see the sun? Now you are in Hyderabad, you don't know this. But if you don't come into the sunlight, if you don't get to see the sun, you will feel psychotic, neurotic. If I close you in the dark room for a week, you'll start behaving weirdly. You know, in ancient times, one of the punishment was to imprison a person into a dark room. There used to be different kinds of prison. Prison who has light, some light criminals, dangerous criminals, dark room. They cannot even see the sunlight. Getting it? So because of this, people's psychology becomes distorted. So this is also understood by the Western doctors. So they said that we need people to play, because nighttime nobody goes for the play. So by the time they come from the office, it's a night. So at least 2 hours before they come from the office, so they get to play in the court. They get to play at various places. They get to meet their friends. Also, the concept of nightlife has started from these places. They have almost always they have nights. So they always talk about nightlife is coming from the West. In India, there is no concept of nightlife because we have enough day. We meet people in the daytime. We go here and there in daytime. Okay, so nightlife is a very less popular concept in India. Okay, so they have invented this daylight saving time. So winter time, they will shift their clocks backward. Summer comes, again they will shift their clock 2 hours as it was before. So spring forward, fall backward is what they say. So what they will do, they will announce in the national television or radio that everybody please set up your clocks 2 hours behind. And they do it. Understand? In India, it is not possible. Okay, in our country, it is not possible. Okay, and there is also no need to do those things. Understand? Okay, so this is how this daylight saving time concept is happening. In India also it was practiced, but nobody knows. It was done twice. Once was India-China war and India-Pakistan war. Okay, at that time they did this daylight saving time to save the energy. At that time, India was very bad economic condition, and they wanted to save energy. Already GDP was less, there was no food to eat. At the same time, war with Pakistan, war with China started. So somehow they wanted to save the money. So because of that, twice they practiced this daylight saving timing. Understood? Okay. So this is to reduce the consumption of civilian energy. They did this. Okay. So as I told you, there are total 24 time zones, or as many time zones as possible. Naturally, 24 time zones we can make. But one country, if its extent is very large, like Russia, they cannot use only one time zone, because eastern part, when there is a sunlight, western part is still in the midnight. So they cannot use the same time zone. So they have huge amount of time zone. So they have 11 time zones. In a one country, one territory, they have 11 time zones. France, they have 12 time zones, including they have so many islands and so many things over there. So they consider as their own time zone. But in reality, Russia has the highest number of time zones. Understood? Okay. So Russia is one of the country. What about India? India has only one prime meridian, one standard meridian, that is 82.5. It is passing through Allahabad. Okay. Or I think it is called as a Prayagraj now. Okay. So it is passing through that place. See, one of the interesting thing you understand, Indians knew about meridians long time back. Okay. So if you know, have you learned art and culture and history? Not yet. So there was a person or a rishi called as a Badarayan. Okay. Badarayan, he wrote Surya Siddhanta in the 4th century. Okay. Surya Siddhanta is a very miraculous book on astronomy. It is talking about all stars. It is talking about all geography. So many minute forces in the universe. It is talking about so many things. So this Badarayan, he wrote this Surya Siddhanta in 4th century CE. At that time, they are mentioning about prime meridian. See, at that time, Indians were the people who invented this. We don't know about other people. They might be tribals that time, as what they say. Okay. But India, our prime meridian was passing through Ujjain. You know Mahakal temple? Have you heard Mahakal? Mahakal is a Shiva temple. Okay. So it's a Maha means what? Big. Kal means what? Time. So at that place, zero meridian used to be considered. So ancient time, zero meridian in India was passing through Mahakal temple. So time used to be calculated from Mahakal temple. So when there is a sunrise, see, in Western countries at 12 AM, they consider day start. But according to Indian Panchangs and Indian calendar, day starts only when sunrise happens. So when at Mahakal temple there is a sunrise, on the Ujjain, they will consider as a day started. So we have 3 types of calendar: Shaka Samvat, Vikram Samvat, and third one, okay, one is Shaka, another Vikram is South India, Kartik. So their month starts from Kartik, some places. Some places, the month starts from Chaitra. Okay. So in India, this Mahakal temple, the Shiva temple was there. From there, they used to, okay. So prime meridian was passing through Ujjain, which was known as Avanti. Have you heard this name Avanti in many Puranas? They mention the king of Avanti, king of Avanti. So that is Ujjain. Also, it was passing through Haryana, Rohataka, Rohatak, okay. It was called as a Rohitaka. In Rohatak in Haryana, it was known as Rohitaka. Okay. around the field of Kurukshetra, where Kurukshetra war happened. Okay, so Indians had this knowledge of all these things. We had already made latitudes, longitudes, everything. Because in Indian Puranas, it is mentioned that there were flying saucers and Vimanas, Pushpak Viman of him, this Viman of that. So definitely if these Vimanas are there and they are flying, they need coordinates. How they will land somewhere? We don't know how they are telling the coordinates to those Vimanas, but you need some sort of coordinates. If you are using some physical object, you need some coordinates. There are many stories of the many kings. Have you heard the story that one king, like he was flying to Prithvi Lok to the Brahma Lok, and in between what happened? His fuel finished, so he has to wait in one of the lokas for 5 minutes to refuel his aeroplane. So when he came back from there, thousands of years were passed from the earth, his thousands of generations were gone, and his entire kingdom was something completely different. Okay, this is a real story is mentioned in Indian Purana. So they know the time sense, that time zone on the earth is different. You might have seen the movie Gravity and Interstellar. In that they have shown the time zone, that the astronomers who fly to another galaxy through black holes and all these places, they look very young. Even they come after, like, they say 24 hours on that planet is like 24 years on Earth. One astronaut comes, his son is older than him. Understanding? So same stories are mentioned in Indian Puranas, like how these kings went and stopped in that particular loka, Chandra Loka, Brahma Loka, this lok, that lok, and when they came back, thousands of years were passed and now nothing is there what was there. Understanding it? Okay. So in art and culture in ancient India, you will learn these things. They are very interesting. Okay. Now, let us understand universe. Okay. Universe is one of the very important to be understood in geography. Okay. Have you seen this before? This image is taken by the telescope called as Hubble. Okay. This object is called as a nebula. Okay. So what is a nebula? Have you eaten the idli? What it is made up of? Idli rava, dosa, moong dal. Same way by which you make a idli. Same stuff. Okay. Then have you eaten the modak? You know, white modaks. Same stuff. Okay. So the shape is different, color is different, taste is different, but basic ingredient is same. Okay. Similarly, this is a basic ingredient for everything that is there in the universe. What is this basic ingredient? Nebula. Okay. This pen, this laptop, this screen, this entire building, your body, my body, at one point of time was a nebula. Understanding? So origin of universe, the first physical evolute which can be converted into various types of objects was nebula. What is a nebula? It is a cloud. It is a very colorful cloud, very huge, few million light years expand cloud. Okay, its expansion is like few million light years. Okay, so it is made up of dust, hydrogen, and helium. These are the basic gases. These are the basic gases and some other ionized gases. Okay, so it is flying everywhere, uncoordinated manner. What happens? Suddenly, gravitational field inside the nebula changes. Clumps of gravitational field forms inside the nebula, and slowly, patches of this nebula gets converted into galaxies. Inside the galaxy, stars form. Around the stars, planets, moons form. And on those planets and moons, life starts forming. This is how the basic material is getting converted into the various things. Okay, so galaxy is nothing but when there is a collapse of gravity inside the nebula, an organized form of object is getting formed, which we call it as a galaxy. Galaxy has a center. They say there is a black hole at the center. In the galaxy has a different spiral arms. It is spiral in nature. These various spirals are called as the arms of galaxies. And in different spirals, there are different solar systems, there are different stars, different planets. Okay. The name of our galaxy is a Milky Way. What is the name of our galaxy? Milky Way. Milky Way has a different arms. There are major arms which are very big arms. There are minor arms which are very small arms. Solar system exists in a small or minor arm of the Milky Way. The name of that minor arm is Orion. What is the name of that minor arm? Orion. Okay. So Orion, in the night time, you can see this type of constellation. Have you seen this type of constellation? 3 stars in between and 4 stars around. This constellation is called as Orion. Or in Sanskrit, it is called as a Mriga Nakshatra. Have you heard Mriga Nakshatra? Okay. So it is said that when sun enters into this Mriga Nakshatra, the rainfall starts. The rainy season, ancient time, the farmers, how they used to predict whether rainy season is going to start or not. When sun enters into this nakshatra, they used to say rainfall starts. So this is called as Orion. So in the Orion belt, our solar system exists. Pyramids, pyramids are organized according to these 3 stars of the Orion. You know this? And there is a strong belief that there is a very highly developed civilization at the central star of the Orion. They came on the earth and they developed the pyramid. Understood? Okay. So this is galaxy. The nearest galaxy to the Milky Way, which is our galaxy, is Andromeda. Andromeda is the nearest galaxy. So you can see the diameter of the galaxy can be 1,50,000 light years. Now, what is a light year? Tell me. It is a unit of calculating the distance. See, in the space, you cannot calculate the distance in terms of kilometers. Because it is a huge space, calculating distance in kilometer is useless. So you need an object which travels very fast, and that also in straight line. So that is nothing but light. It travels almost in straight line. Okay. So the speed of light, 3 lakh kilometers per second. We have seen Earth is traveling around the sun 30 kilometers per second. 30 kilometers per second. Whereas light travels at 3 lakh kilometers per second. And according to the Einstein's equation, E is equal to mc square. It is practically not possible to travel at the speed of light. Because as soon as acceleration increases, mass also increases. And as soon as mass increases, speed decreases. So you cannot achieve the speed of light. Understood? So that is why it is said that we are not able to achieve the speed of light yet. So if you travel at the speed of light, you will take 1,50,000 years to go from one end of the galaxy to another end of the galaxy. How many years? 1,50,000 years. Okay. So there are billions of galaxies. There are stars which are billions of times bigger than the sun. Earth, you forget it. It's a very small dust. It's like a dust flying in the space. It's that small. Understanding? And previously, scientists, geographers, and astronomers used to think that we have the only one universe. They think there are multiple universes like this. We don't know how many there are. Okay, they used to say only one Big Bang happened. Now they're saying there are multiple Big Bangs which happened, multiple universes. And whatever the physical billions of galaxies and stars that you see, they are only less than 1% of the universe. Means physical matter is only less than 1% of the universe. 99% of the universe is non-physical matter, or it's empty. Can you imagine? How big is it? Unimaginable. Okay. So light year is a one instrument they are using to calculate the distance in the space. So in 1 year, light travels 9.4 into 10 raised to 12 kilometers. In 1 year. Very huge. Understood? Okay, so on light year, they had asked questions, I think, last year in prelims. Okay. In terms of light years, distance between Earth and Sun is 8.31 minutes. Means light reaches from Sun to Earth in 8.31 minutes. 15 crore kilometers, it is away. Okay. So this is our Milky Way. So solar system is 25,000 light years from the center of the Milky Way. The distance is 25,000 light years. And they're saying there is a black hole at the center. We don't know yet, okay, what it is. Okay. So universe, if you see, universe, as I told you, the physical part is less than 1%. These billions of galaxies, it's just less than 1%. 99% is non-physical part. So we can divide the universe into visible parts and invisible parts. Visible parts are made up of physical atoms. Invisible part is made up of dark energy and dark matter. You know, just 1 month back, you know, there are only 4 forces existing on the Earth till date. But just 2 to 3 months back, scientists have found 5th force which exists in the universe. They have declared 5th force has been invented 2 to 3 months back. This 5th force is nothing but dark energy. This dark energy is responsible for the expansion of universe. Understanding? Okay, so this is the 5th force. So let us understand this universe in detail. Theories of origin of universe. So theories, classical theories, see, these Western people started thinking about universe seriously 200 to 300 years back. After that, they did a lot of research, developed a lot of telescopes. So when they started thinking about universe, their initial thinkers were armchair scientists. Like we are sitting in the chair. They used to sit in the chair and they think about the universe. The oldest of the thinker is Immanuel Kant. Have you heard the name Immanuel Kant? You haven't started your optional yet? No? Immanuel Kant is a thinker. You will find his name into each and every optional. You know, he's a thinker. He has studied about each and everything in the world. You know, there are so many stories are told about Immanuel Kant. It is said he was very time-bound person. People used to set their clocks according to Immanuel Kant. When they say Immanuel Kant coming out of the door of his house, they will say this is exactly this time, this minute. When Immanuel Kant is going to sleep, that means this is the time. he will not even waste 1 second of his life. There is a story that says once Immanuel Kant was called for a lecture in a college, and he was walking through a mud. So what happens? This mud was so thick, one of his shoes got stuck in the mud. And he thought he will waste 5 to 10 seconds removing the shoes and again wearing it. So he left one shoe in the mud and he reached the college with only one shoe. And he gave the lecture. So that type of person Immanuel Kant was. So you will find his theories into each and every subject. And if you discipline yourself like Immanuel Kant, you will definitely be an IAS officer. Okay, definitely. First attempt. Okay. So first theory of origin of universe called as a nebular hypothesis. It was given by Immanuel Kant. Okay. Immanuel Kant, he talked about nebular hypothesis, but that was not very popular. So there is a scientist called as a Laplace. Laplace revised this nebular hypothesis. So according to this hypothesis, everything is made up of material associated with youthful sun. Now this is very complicated line. So what it is saying, everything is made up of material associated with the youthful sun. Youthful sun means when sun was recently born, it was born out of nebula. Stars are born out of nebula. So everything is made up of nebulas. Whatever that contains the nebula, everything is made up of that. Understanding it? Okay. So everything is made up of nebular hypothesis. When planets were formed, when planets were cooled down, heavier material set at the core, lighter material set at the periphery. This is what the nebular hypothesis says. Okay. So they have given this evolution, nebula, okay, gravitational collapse, disk formation, formation of solar system, formation of planets, cooling of planets. So they have given the various stages of nebular hypothesis. Understood? Okay. Second theory is called as a binary theory. Binary means what? Two. Okay. So here it says how this solar system has been formed. It said there was a youthful sun. One star was wandering around the sun. It came near the sun. Because of its gravitational pull, the cigar-shaped material came out of the sun. What material? Cigar-shaped. This cigar kept on rotating around the sun, kept on revolving around the sun. After some time, this cigar broke and different planets were formed. This hypothesis was given by Chamberlain and Moulton in 1900. It is also called as a wandering star hypothesis. Understood? Wandering star hypothesis. Okay. Then 1950s, two German scientists came. Their name was Otto Schmidt and Carl Wesker. What was their name? Otto Schmidt and Carl Wesker. They actually went into the deep and they told how actually all planets and stars form. Their theory is known as accretion hypothesis. What they called as? Accretion hypothesis. Accretion means what? He said there was a small molecule of dust, ice, water. They collided with each other. Then, because of the gravitational force, they combined, they stuck with each other, and because of small planetesimals were formed. These planetesimals collided with each other and bigger planetoids were formed. These planetoids collided with each other under the influence of gravity. Planets were formed. This entire process of small particles colliding with each other and converting into the bigger planet, is called as the process of accretion. Understood? So this German scientist, Otto Schmidt and Karl Wesker, they are talking about this accretion. So one of the diagrams. Understood this? Okay. So along with these classical theories, these theories are even given in your NCERTs. Okay. So I think today they will give you one set of notes. Okay. These notes, they are combination of so many resources. So you can either use it as a soft copy. Soft copy will also be given, and hard copy will also be given. You can either take a Xerox or use a soft copy, both. Okay. So modern theories, if you see, modern theories drifted from the classical theories due to the various resources available to the scientists, like Hubble telescope, this, that. Lot of physics has been developed by the time. So modern scientists came to the conclusion that the origin of universe has been a tremendous big event. It's like a kind of blast, because they observed that objects are moving away from each other. So that is what happens when blast happens, that the particles of the blast, they move away from each other. So similarly, various objects are moving away from each other. So they are calling it as a Big Bang. What they are calling it as? Big Bang. So they said at one point of time, universe was nothing but a small atom, or less, smaller than the atom. It has an infinite density and infinite temperature. After some time, this small mass, this small tiny ball, it exploded. What happened? It exploded. Because of this explosion, slowly, first second, primary particles formed. First second after the explosion. After 3 minutes, complex particles were formed. After 3 lakhs years, some sort of molecules were formed. After 1 billion years, galaxies, nebulas were formed. And after 14 billion years, life was formed. And still the evolution is going on. Still it is traveling. Nobody knows where. Nobody knows where we are going, but we know we are going somewhere. We know that this moon is going somewhere, the sun is going somewhere, the galaxy is going somewhere. Whole universe is traveling somewhere. But where? Nobody knows. So they say in a philosophical way that we are all travelers with unknown destination. Okay? We may find our goals on this earth, that somebody wants to become an IAS officer, somebody wants to become a billionaire, somebody wants to become a powerful politician. They know where they want to go, but in the end, nobody knows where they are going. Because where this entire earth is going, we don't know. So how do you know where you are going? Okay. So this Big Bang talks about how these planets are traveling in a different direction. Okay. So Edwin Hubble provided the evidence in the form of redshift and blueshift. Okay. So when an object is moving towards you, it appears on the blue side of the spectrum. When object is moving away from you, it appears on the red side of the spectrum. So Edwin Hubble said, objects are giving red signal on the spectrum whenever I am observing them from the telescope. So that means every object is moving away from each other. That means there was a Big Bang. Understand? So this was about Edwin Hubble, 1920s, 1950s. Okay. Now, scientists have more sophisticated instruments. You know any experiment they are doing on this origin of universe? Any famous experiment have you heard? Yes. James? Telescope. Okay, telescope. But any one famous experiment is going on for the to understand the origin of universe. Have you heard? Large Hadron Collider. LHC. Have you heard? No. Okay. So on France and Switzerland border, they are creating a huge tube, almost 30-kilometer long tube, and they are colliding a primary particles with a very high speed, like protons. They are colliding protons together. When the protons collide, they burst. Through that burst, the conditions arise which was at the time of Big Bang. So based on that, they are studying how our universe was originated. And through that Large Hadron Collider, you learn in the current affairs or science and technology, through this Large Hadron Collider, they found that there was not only one bang, there was multiple bangs. There are so many unknown questions, like from where this tiny ball came. If origin of universe was from the Big Bang, to happen, there was at least an infinite density and temperature. Tiny ball was there. From where did it come? So scientists are turning towards the scripture. They turn towards Christian scripture. They're turning towards Islamic, other religious scripture. They are finally turning towards Indian scripture like Vedas. So this CERN, CERN in France, where this Large Hadron Collider experiment is going on, they have erected the statue of Shiva, Nataraja, which is dancing. You know Nataraja, everyone? Where is the original idol of Nataraja situated in India? Chidambaram temple. So it is said that the Chidambaram temple is every temple in India, ancient temple is dedicated to 5 elements, either earth, water, fire, Akash. So Chidambaram temple is dedicated to Akash, that dimension. Okay. So this Chidambaram temple, where Nataraja statue is there, Akasha is not space. Space is different, Akash is different. Okay. So they have kept this statue at CERN. So they are also saying that we are getting hint from the Indian scripture how origin of universe happened, because we are not capable of understanding how origin of universe happened. So Indian Vedas talk about Prakriti, Purusha, Shiva and Shakti. Okay. So Vedas say that Prakriti means whatever you see is a Prakriti. Whatever physical objects you say is Prakriti. Prakriti is very active. And whatever consciousness, they call it as a Shiva. Shiva is highly conscious, but it is inactive. He is like always in the meditation. He is always in the meditation, does not require anything. And Parvati, always in the dancing. Parvati will not see in the meditation. Parvati is always dancing. Shiva always makes. So Veda says, Prakriti started dancing around the Shiva. So because of that, Shiva got disturbed. And he roared. He took the form of Rudra. Rudra, Rudra means roarer. He took the form of Rudra. And out of that, creation happened. So this roaring, they are calling it as a Big Bang. But Indian scripture says there was not just one bang, there were multiple bangs. So that's why they are calling it as a Rudra. So they are taking the hints and they are working towards that. Understand? Okay. So this is how religion and science are, in the end, they are going to come together. Initially, they criticized each other. But in the end, they are seeing that both of their aim is same. Religion also wants to understand who you are, what is your root, what is the origin of universe, and science also want to understand the same thing. So slowly, they are coming together. Initially, science was talking about logic. Everything we want reason, everything we want logic. But now scientists are saying at one point, logic fails. Because we don't have anything to explain. Logically, we don't have anything to explain for certain phenomena. Whatever you do, our 5 sense organs are not enough to explain certain things like logic. Now, why one person falls in love with another person or only that person? Can you explain logically? Why you are born in Telangana? Can you explain logically? Why you are born as a woman and not a man? Can you explain logically? So scientists say logic is very good, but there are billions of questions, small and big, which cannot be logically explained. So then they say that we have to collaborate each other with religion and science. They are calling it as the physiologics, means beyond logic. The modernity, there are different eras: pre-modern era, modern era, post-modern era, and now post-postmodern era. Means even beyond postmodernity. So they are talking about, let us go beyond logic. If you want to progress, let us go beyond logic. This is what the scientists like Tesla have said. Okay. So when they said, when humanity will actually start thinking beyond logic, they will do the progress what in 10 years, the progress what they have made in last 100 years. Understand me? Okay. So this is what is going on in terms of universe. Then there is a modern concept called as a whole concept. According to his point of view, universe is neither expanding, neither contracting. It is same from all the dimensions, all the points. But scientists are saying, no, it is not true. Now we have strong evidence that things are moving. Understand? Okay. So as I told you, there you cannot find the logic. As I told you, Earth is moving at very high speed. And if this Big Bang is random, by the time many objects should have collided with you, there should not be any mathematics, there should not be any calculated things. But it never happened that Earth changes orbit, or suddenly, just 1 hour back, Mars came little closer to Earth. Never happened. Or Moon just went little further away from the Earth. Or our solar system shifted to another galaxy for 2 months, then again it went back to this galaxy. Never happened. Never happened. Or by mistake, sunrise happened half an hour late today. Sunset happened 1 hour early today. Never happens. Everything goes on minute by minute, second by second calculation. So geographers, astronomers are still in so much of awe how this is happening. Who is running this universe? Who is managing everything? Not even single stone is coming and hitting the Earth. Not even small asteroids is coming and hitting the Earth. There are billions and billions of stars, billions and billions of galaxies, but not even one small asteroid is misplaced. Not even small comet is misplaced. You have a billions of times bigger stars than the sun, but not even small comet is misplaced from its place. So who is running this place? So somebody is saying it is God who is running this place. Okay. So people have given names to the different gods. This religion says our God is running the universe. This religion says no, our God is running the universe. Another says we don't believe in God. Nature is running everything. So people are explaining according to their own intellect. Getting it? Okay. So this is all the mess which is going on, and you have to study the entire mess. Okay, as a UPSC students. Understood? Okay. Specifically, sociology optionals, you'll see, learn this. Okay. Habermas and all, phenomenology. Okay. Physiologics, you'll learn in the sociology. Postmodernity, you'll learn in the sociology. There you'll learn anthropology also, you'll learn. PSR, I don't know, because they are all about politics. कुर्सी कैसा में लेना है बस, बाकी का छोड़ दो सब कुछ. हमको कुर्सी चाहिए, ठीक है. ओके. एंड कॉमर्स, हमको पैसा चाहिए क्या, कितना आया कितना गया वो बताओ, बाकी छोड़ दो उसको. But yes, you will also have some theories. Okay. So these are very interesting theories which are there in the origin of universe. So I will be telling you some vague statistics, but they are not 100% true. Okay, but vaguely understand this, that less than 1% what we have is a creation, what we can see, we can touch. Rest, you have dark energy, dark matter, which cannot be touched, which cannot be seen. We haven't found the instrument to see, to find this, but somehow we can infer that they are there. through inference, we have understood something else is there. Okay. So dark energy is identified as the fifth force. They say universe is expanding because of dark energy. Okay, and through inference we have identified. Okay, then dark matter. From where does the matter comes? Okay, from where does this matter comes? From Big Bang, from your nebula, from your galaxy. Agreed, but from where did this come before that? So there's a precursor of matter is a dark matter, which is in the dark. Or we even don't know how this happens. Because questions, there are limitless questions. If you start asking the questions, there are no ends. Understanding. Okay. So that's why at one point of time, Indian philosophy, they say, stop asking the question because there are no end to the question. You can take thousands of lifetimes and still continue your same question. Again and dissecting again and again. There is no. What you do, you sit, close your eyes and do meditation. Automatically you'll find the answer of all the questions. They say like that. Okay. It is said that once you go to the Guru, okay, Guru will give you answer to some questions. After that, he said, it's okay. Now you just sit, close your eyes and do some meditation. Because there is no end to the question. So, but science is still very active mode. Science is saying, no, we will find out answers. And it is like a Pandora's box. When they find the answer of one question, 100 new questions are coming up. Initially, they said, we know the atom. Now, next question come, what is there inside the atom? First they find electron. After 10 years, they find proton. After a few years, they find neutrons. Now they say, what is inside the proton, neutron, electron? Then they are finding quarks. They said, oh, we found what is there. Somebody comes and tells there is something else inside the quark. So new theories are coming like string theories. Now the string theory, you know string theory, what it says? So string theory says, forget about the physical object. Everything is energy. Okay, everything is energy. Okay, they say why plastic atom is different than the aluminum atom. Why fiber atom is different than the aluminum atom? Because energy in the atom of the plastic is vibrating at different frequency than the energy in the atoms of the aluminum. Only that is the difference. Tomorrow, if this plastic atom energy started vibrating at same frequency as that of aluminum, it will become an aluminum atom. So energy-wise, everything is one. They are vibrating in a different way. This is what string theory is saying. So there are different theories which are being built up in the physics about origin of universe, origin of matter, origin of so many things. Then in between they found the antimatter. You know antimatter? Okay. Antimatter is like it is a mirror image of a matter. So protons mirror image is the antiproton. Okay. So what happens? Only charge is different, other properties are same. So it says when antimatter and matter, they meet each other, annihilation happens. And 100% energy is released. You know, if I burn this plastic train, energy will be released, but not 100%. Why? Because you'll find the ash. Okay. So only 50%, 60% energy will be released. You have a lot of ash, lot of waste material. Your nuclear energy, you have a lot of waste material. But they say if matter and antimatter, they meet each other, pure energy is released. No ash, no waste, nothing. So scientists found this. They say we can use it for the production of clean energy, clean electricity without producing any waste. So they are working towards antimatter. Okay, and this, what happens when matter and antimatter meet? Annihilation. Only energy remains. Okay, so these are different things. Then have you heard about gravitational waves? Okay, So in physics, you will also learn current affairs, you will learn about gravitational waves. Okay. So gravitational waves are the kind of ripples which are created into space and time. So space, we call it as a empty, but space is not actually an empty thing. They say it is not empty. There is some material in the space, physical material which are not able to trace right now. They call it as a ether. Okay. So it is said that when very heavy object travels to the space, then the space gets disturbed and ripples are created in the space, which are known as gravitational waves. So studying that gravitational waves, you can understand the origin of universe. Understood? Okay. So these are the different things you will understand. Okay. Then there are certain definitions of various objects in the space. Okay. For example, comet. Have you seen the comet? Many of you have seen. Okay, once or twice it came. Okay, in the sky. Okay, I think once it came in some 2001 or 1997. Once a comet was seen in India. You were born at that time? No. Okay, you might be in your previous birth. Now you don't have those memories. Okay. Okay. So comet is nothing but sorry. Comet is nothing but a huge kind of a stone, you can say, which has a presence of ice or water in it. So it can come from the solar system, or sometimes it can come from outside. Very rare, but it can come. Okay. It revolves around the sun. When it revolves around the sun, water evaporates. And it looks like a tail of a comet. Understanding? Okay. Then between Mars and Jupiter, there is a belt of stones. They are called as asteroid. Sometimes the part of asteroids gets broken, a small tiny part enters into the and revolves in the space. It is called as a meteoroid. Because of the gravitational pull of the Earth, if it enters into the atmosphere, it burns, becomes ash. It is called as meteor. If it does not burn and strikes to the ground, it is called as meteorite. Understood? Okay. So you have meteor, meteorites, all these things. So there in 2014, European Space Commission sent a mission on a comet to study the comet. Many times they think that comets are actually alien spaceships, okay, or something like spying objects on us. Okay, even have you heard about Baba Vanga? Have you heard about Baba Vanga in the 100 years back? He does some prediction for the Earth. Okay, so 2023, she said that in 2023 there will be aliens who will be coming to Earth and they will attack the Earth. Okay, so these European people, they say that Baba Vanga's predictions are very much true. Okay, so they keep checking whether these comets have aliens or something like that. Even they are also searching for gold or some precious material, or if they are finding if they can find some other type of element on other planets. So this on planet, this European Space Agency, they send this Philae lander. Okay, this lander called as a Philae. It went on this comet and it studied a bit. Okay, so it was very important. Okay, now there are some important facts about solar system. Have you understood up till here? Okay, so this entire chapter is a very factual chapter, and one or two questions are asked on this chapter many times. Okay, and these are very simple. Okay, so most of the things you will find in the notes. Okay, so solar system, initially there were 9 planets. So then they degraded the status of Pluto as not a planet. But still, it did not feel bad, and it's still revolving around the solar system. Okay. So Pluto is still there, still waiting. Okay, I'll be again reconsidered as a planet. Okay. So right now, there are 8 planets. Okay, and more than 150 moons, in more than 200 moons around in the solar system. Okay, and many are still being found. Okay, and there are so many dust and grains and so many things. The most important thing in the solar system is sun. Okay, sun is the highest temperature object in the solar system. Okay, so because of the sun, we are all, whatever we are getting heat is all because of the sun. If sun stops burning, life on the in the entire solar system will be gone. Okay, so they say that after 5 billion years, sun will stop burning. So NASA people are thinking from right now what to do after 5 billion years, and sun stops burning. So they are giving different options and all these things. Okay, but in India we don't care, because in our scriptures they are said that there are 12 suns. You know, 12 आदित्य बोलते, 12 आदित्य. So उनके अलग अलग नाम है. आप सूर्य नमस्कार करते करते कभी नाम लिए हो कि 12? They are said there is not only one sun. These people don't know anything. They are unnecessarily wasting their money. There are 12 suns. Even one gone, another will come. Okay. So they are sending a mission on sun. NASA people. Okay. So you can see this is taken by Hubble only, Hubble telescope. Okay. So this sun has a black spots and white spots on it. These are the magnetic spots. These black spots, they are created in every 12 years on the sun. So when sun goes, internal changes, these magnetic spots are created, and sometimes magnetic field is thrown in the space, which is said it's very dangerous. If black spots appears on the sun, NASA people start getting worried. What will happen? See, only rich people gets worried. Though, what will happen to us? These people are so rich. They are always afraid. What will happen to our country? Because even small threat, even Afghanistan starts talking with them, they will bomb them immediately. Forget about China. Okay. Now they are thinking about sun, black spot, everything they are thinking about. Okay. And you see, a little corona came, millions of the Europeans and US people died. Their entire economy is of like $23 trillion. Only healthcare sector is $12 trillion. United States. Only healthcare, they are spending $12 trillion. Indian economy is $3 trillion. Whole economic. Means if they're all pharma companies, they decide they can buy India 4 times. And people are living mouth to mouth like here. And still, how many people died in India due to corona? And still people are dying there in the USA. California, the recent breakout of monkey fever, so many people died in the California. Why? Because in the name of freedom, they promoted the homosexuality. And this monkey fever is spreading due to homosexuality. And there are millions of homosexuals in the USA, specifically those cities like California and all these places. And millions of them are dying because of these things. Getting it. So this is what they are modern, but they call themselves scientific. But the problem of the science is that it keeps changing every day. Today's science is not tomorrow's science. That is the problem. Okay. So this sun, it has a various parts. Internal parts, external parts. Okay. So if you see the atmosphere of the sun, there are 3 important layers. Okay. So first is a photosphere. Second layer is a chromosphere. And third layer is a corona. You know corona virus? Why it is called as corona? Because when they observed it under the microscope, they found this outer shell. It shines like a outer layer of the sun, corona. That is why they are calling this virus as a coronavirus. Poor sun. Okay. A virus has been named after him. Okay. Corona. Okay. That's why Trump got very angry. He said, we'll call it a China virus. And everywhere used to call it a China virus. Okay. But unfortunately, he got defeated. Okay. But remember, this corona, they can ask about corona. Okay, exam. They have kept it. I think they thought people became very smart. They'll study 2020 what is corona. We'll ask the question 2023. Okay, so they might have reserved the question for 23. Okay, so outermost layer of the sun is corona. It also has the highest temperature. That is also mystery. The inner cores are low temperature and outer cores have a higher temperature. Okay, so these mysteries are being solved. Okay, now if you see the structural areas of the sun, three important internal layers of the sun. Inner core is there. Then after that, it has a radioactive zone. Then it has a convection or convective zone. That is the internal structure of the sun. Core, convection zone. So though we will, when we'll study the Earth, you will come to know the functions of these zones. They are almost same. Okay. Radioactive zones definitely have so much radioactivity going on there. That's why you have so much of heat, because of the radioactivity. You know, hydrogen is getting converted into helium. Okay, sun is like a nuclear reactor, but it is not a two types of nuclear reaction, you know, fission and fusion. Very good. Okay, so the most sophisticated nuclear reaction is a fusion reaction, because there is a zero waste after that. So on the sun, fusion keeps on happening. Two hydrogen atoms fuse, heat is generated, helium is formed. So this is radioactive zone. Understood? Okay. So this is all about sun. You have photosphere, chromosphere, and corona. Corona is outermost layer. And corona is visible only during the solar eclipse. If you want to see the corona with eyes, watch during the solar eclipse. You will see the hollow around the sun. That is corona. If you want to study the corona on the Earth, scientists use the solar eclipse. Understanding? Okay. So solar eclipse. So you can see this corona. Diamond ring. Diamond ring effect, corona, Bailey's beads. These are beads you can see. These are seen during the total solar eclipse. These terminologies are related to solar eclipse. Understood? Any doubt? Okay. So to study this, now we cannot be dependent upon the solar eclipse to happen. So they are sending different missions to the sun. India was supposed to send the same mission in 2020 called Aditya-1. But we cancelled because of COVID and so many things. Okay. So that mission was cancelled. Recently, yesterday, NASA was supposed to send one mission to the moon. Have you read in the newspaper? But they cancelled it because the rocket fuel was leaking. So everybody was asking question to NASA, why you went on the moon only once? Why you are not going there? You are going Mars, you are going to Jupiter, you are going to Pluto. They are going to Pluto. And they have found that there is something heart-shaped structure over there, which is pink in nature. They don't know why, what. But they're saying, why you are not going on moon, NASA? NASA is not giving any answer. Somebody is saying some alien beat their astronauts there, so they are not going back there. Okay. They said, if you come back, we'll see you. If you keep your feet again over here, we'll see what to do. Okay. So they're saying that's why NASA is not going there. Okay. But China went there, they said. Okay. Moon, if you see, you will see only one side of the moon. You will not see another side, which is in the dark. So China went on the dark side of the moon. We don't know what they're doing there. Okay. And how aliens have not beaten them up yet. they had some collaboration or what, we don't know. What Baba Venga said, that aliens are going to attack. Maybe Chinese will come with the alien to attack the Earth. We don't know. They can do anything. Okay. So just 2 days back, this happened. I was surprised why this NASA is facing this type of snags in their mission when only they are going to moon and nowhere else. So maybe their rocket will go one more time because they're trying to make moon as a in-between destination when they are going on Mars. These people, Elon Musk and all, they want to go on Mars and create a colony there to live. So in between, they want to have some snacks in between. They say on moon, we will have some station like that, okay? Somewhere we'll stop for some time, okay? Washroom वगैरह सब कुछ वहाँ पे होगा, then we'll go to Mars. So let us see what do they do, okay? Okay, the nearest star to the Earth is Alpha Centauri. Okay, after Sun, next is Alpha Centauri. You can see over here, Alpha Centauri. So there are so many active missions of NASA. Okay. So Solar Monitoring Observatory and all, so many missions. This will be there in the notes. India was supposed to launch Aditya 1. Okay. Aditya 1 in 2019. But we could not launch it. Pole star we have seen, Earth of the axis is always directed towards pole star. So recent our pole star is Polaris. It is also called as a Dhruva Tara. Dhruva is also called as. So this Big Dipper is a constellation through which, or Saptarshi, you can identify the pole star. So first two stars, okay, you have to draw a straight line from them. So perpendicular line you have to draw. Okay. Perpendicular line when you draw from the first two stars, whatever star you get is a, okay. They are also called as Ursa Minor. So there are two constellations, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. Using them, you can find out the pole star. So when you are facing the pole star, that means which direction you are? North. So for example, this is north. So back of you is which? South. Okay. Then if you do like this, your right hand and left hand. So right hand is east, left hand is west, facing north, backside south. So this is how you identify the directions in the night. Suppose you are lost in the desert or in the jungle, like Hollywood movies. Okay, so you need to find out the directions. This is how you will find out the directions. Understood? Okay. So in terms of planets, you see there are 8 planets. Some planets are very rocky in the nature. Some planets are very gaseous in the nature. Okay. Some planets are rocky in the nature. They are called as the inner planets. Why they are called as the inner? Because they are inside the asteroid belt. What? Inside the asteroid belt. And outside the asteroid belt, the planets are called as the outer planets. So because they are very closer to the sun, the charged particle of the sun kept hitting these planets and their gases were torn out. Their atmosphere was torn out. That's why they are more rocky in the nature. And outer planets are very far away from the sun over here. Because the charged particles of the sun did not hit them very hard, their gaseous nature is still intact. Thick layers of gases like hydrogen and helium are still there. That's why they are bigger and more gaseous than the inner planets. So what are the inner planets? MVEM. Mars, Venus, Earth, and Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Between Mars and Jupiter, you have asteroid belt. After that, you have Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Neptune is very close to a belt called as a Kuiper belt. This is again a belt of asteroid kind of thing, okay, which is called as a Kuiper belt. Understood? Okay. Understood? Okay. So these outer planets are also called as the Jovian planets. They are called as a gaseous planet, as well as they are called as a Jovian planets. Jovian means Jupiter-like planet. And inner planet are called as the terrestrial planets. Okay, so Jovian planets and terrestrial planets. Okay, diameter of the planets, if you see, the question can be asked in a plane. Arrange the planets according to diameter. So you can say Jupiter, Guru, is the biggest. Okay, so Jupiter is biggest. Then after that you have a Saturn. Then you have a Uranus. Then you have a Neptune. Then after that you have a Earth. Then you have a Venus, Mars, and then Mercury. Density wise, if you see, Mercury has the highest density. Mercury, in Sanskrit, we call it as a Budh. Budh. Okay. So Budh has the highest, sorry, not Budh. Earth has the highest density. I'm so sorry. After that, you have a Mercury. Though closest to the sun, Mercury has lesser density than the Earth. Earth is the densest planet in the solar system. Okay. And you can see Saturn has the lowest density. So Earth has the highest density, Saturn has the lowest density. Okay. So this is how these things happen. So why inner planets are rocky and outer planets are gaseous? You know the reason? Because of the solar winds, they have torn their atmosphere. Plus, their size is very small. Because their size is very small, gravitational pull is less. So they cannot hold on the atmosphere. Whereas these big planets, their gravitational pull is also strong. So they are able to hold on their atmosphere. Understood? Okay. So these are very important points that we should remember. Okay. Now then there are theories of creation of moon, how moon has been created. There are various theories. We call it as Mama. In India, we call it as a Mama. Chanda Mama. Okay. Why do you call it as a Mama? You don't call, in Andhra, you don't call it Mama. You also call Mama. Everyone calls Mama. Why you called as a Mama? Brother of mother. So why it is a brother of mother? Why? Yeah, and Chanda is a Mama. Why? So that's just a gender. You can call it as a Kaka or Chacha. Oh, Nana. Why Mama? Have you ever asked your parents why to call it Mama? Okay. Scientists say moon is made from Earth. Okay. They say that there are 2-3 theories. One is the dumbbell shape theory. The dumbbell shape theory says that Earth and moon were connected each other like a dumbbell. After one got disconnected. Another theory says one object came and struck to the very hot earth. So some part of the earth, it got settled into the space as a moon. And wherever the depression is there, there is a Pacific Ocean, they are saying. But still, it's not supported. We don't know. Okay. So there are one or two theories. Okay. This is called as a big splat theory. So presently, they are saying that this is a big splat is correct. This is how moon has been formed. We don't know. Okay. So might be they are calling it mama because of this. Okay. Because it's made up of like the same material from earth, or it is made up of made from earth only. Don't know. The ancient scriptures we'll have to search why they call it as a mama. Okay. Okay. So moon is very mystical place right now. Okay. Everybody wants to go there. Some people are claiming we are going there. Some people are not going there again. We don't know. Okay. So atmosphere of moon is also very thin. Okay. Gravitational pull of moon is 1/6 that of earth. How much? 1/6. That means if you are unable to reduce your weight on the earth, you simply go and settle on the moon. Okay. If you are 100 kg, your weight will be 22 kgs over there. So you would be very happy. Okay. Why we are seeing only one side of the moon? So speed of rotation and speed of revolution of the moon is same around the earth. So moon is a geosynchronous satellite of the earth. We see only same side. It is rotating at the same speed of that of earth, as well as is revolving very slowly. So one revolution of the moon, it takes 28 to 29 days. One rotation also takes same time. Understand? Okay. Because of that, we see only one side of the moon. So the Chinese people, they landed their satellite on the dark side of the moon. And they're not even telling the entire world what is there on the other side. Might be they're dealing with the aliens over there. Some deal is going on. We don't know. Chinese people, we cannot trust them. Have you ever met any Chinese person? Any friend? Chinese? They will. Fast food. There, I think, their 1,000 generations are not related to Chinese people, but still they are making Chinese food, or at least they are claiming it is Chinese food. No Chinese people have yet authenticated it is Chinese food. Okay. I think they will get surprised coming in India eating Chinese food. Okay. So this is all about moon. Then there is a Mars where Elon Musk want to go and set up the colony. So there is the ice cap of the Mars. This is the real image of the Mars, you can see. So Mars and Earth have so many similarities. Only one thing is that, yes, the gravitational force and the life and magnetic field is not there. It does not have atmosphere as similar to like that of Earth. That is the only problem. Elon Musk has so many plans. So United Nations is saying that population of the world is increasing. Elon Musk is saying, let it increase because I want people to go to Mars. If population does not increase, how people will come to Mars? So his reason is we want to set up a colony on the Mars. So Elon Musk and the founder of the cryptocurrency Ethereum, you know Ethereum, founder of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. So they both are setting up a center. They are combining their wealth. They are saying that if the population of, because of this stupid United Nations, if the population of the earth decreases, we will create artificial wombs. So they are going to start a project of making artificial wombs. And we will make new human beings through these artificial wombs, and we will take them to the Mars. So no parents are hurt on the earth. You take our son to the Mars or daughter to the Mars. We'll take our own people to the Mars, he said. Let this stupid United Nations do the thing. We'll have our own factory. We'll create our own human beings. Take them to the Mars. We'll set up their colonies there. Okay. We'll not ask these stupid Earth people to come there. Okay. So they are saying like this. So we don't know what these people are going to do. Okay, exactly. But yes, they want to settle on the Mars. Okay. So this is the Mars. Okay. So I have given a flow chart. On this, you will see the similarities and so many things between Earth and Mars. Okay. Now then there is a Venus. You know, Venus is called as the sister planet of the Earth because they say everything is so similar except atmosphere. But Venus is the only planet which rotates east to west in the solar system. I don't know why it is rotating like that. Might be he thought like we'll change the trend. Okay. So he started rotating from west to east. Sorry, east to west. Everyone is rotating from west to east. I'm a different. Okay. I'll rotate from east to west. Okay. And it is a very shiny planet. Why it is so shiny? Because 95% of the atmosphere is made up of carbon dioxide. Okay. Because you know carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. It can trap the heat. So there is a lot of heat in the inside the Venus. That's why it shines. So most shiny planet is the Venus. So NASA's first aircraft flew to the Venus. Okay. So it was called as a Mariner 2. Okay. 1969. Okay, this 62, sorry. So first planet beyond Earth visited by the spacecraft of NASA. It has no natural satellite. Poor fellow. Nobody's revolving around it. No mama. People living on the Venus have no mama. No mama, no relations. Okay. But say women are coming from Venus and men are coming from Mars. There is some theory like that. Okay. So women living there, they don't have any mamas. Okay. So this is Venus. Then you have a Jupiter, Guru. Okay, the biggest planet. So it has a 4 moons, which was first observed by the Galileo. And they are called as a Galilean moon. This Copernicus, Galileo, these people were actually killed by the Western Church. Yes, because they said that Earth is not revolving around, sorry, Sun is not revolving around the Earth. Earth is not flat. All these things they said. So they were killed. Okay, so one of the reason was this Jupiter, because he observed the moons of the Jupiter. So 4 moons, Iowa, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. They are called as a Galilean moon. Okay. So it has a very huge number of satellites. It has 69 mamas. So many mamas. Okay. It has so many mamas. And 4 of them are largest mamas. Okay. And it's so in India, there is a saying that if you want to make your work done, make another person your mama. You know, in India, if we go somewhere, we never used to call people sir, madam, we used to call mama, mami. You know, specifically you come to Maharashtra or North India, they'll call it a chacha, tau, nana, nani. Okay, even they see the policeman, you go to the Mumbai, they'll call mama. Oh mama, they'll say like this. Please let me cross this signal. Okay. Don't catch me. If they catch, they are asking you the money. Say, mama, mama, please take only 100 rupees. Don't take 500 rupees. Sometimes these mamas let them go. Okay. Today's Raksha Bandhan. I'm reminding of my sister. Okay, you go. Though you have jumped the signal, please go. Don't show me your face again, but it's like that. So they have so many mamas. Okay, Jupiter, 69 mamas. So then you have asteroid belt. Now why it is like that, we don't know. They said there was one planet before there and somebody broke the planet and just did like this. Just did like this, in modern way. Okay. And they made an asteroid belt over there. Okay. The good thing is that there are so many stones, but they don't leave their space frequently. Okay. They are happy on their space. There are like billions of stones. And one day one stone comes means you are gone. But they are so good. They always live in their own space. Okay. So this is asteroid belt. So whatever asteroid is there, whatever meteor is there, meteoroid there is coming from this place, infamous place. Okay. So there are 4 big asteroids: Ceres, Vesta, Pallas, and Hygiea. You should know their names. It is given in the notes. Okay. These are 4 important asteroids. Big asteroids. Okay. Then comet, you know about comet and everything. Okay. So the basic of this chapter is all very basic concepts and how the moon has been formed, how sun has been formed, what is nebula, what is, okay. Evolution of atmosphere is also one of the very important concepts. And these simple questions actually they ask in the exam many times. 1 or 2 questions will ask, you'll get from this chapter. Okay, they are very simple, but many times the people ignore because it is simple and in the exam they get confused. Oh my God. Venus is rotating from east to west. I did not know. Okay. So you have to read this chapter. Evolution of atmosphere, as we have seen in that question, the 1 or 2 options were there. There was 54% oxygen. Okay, like that options will be there. Okay. So evolution of atmosphere, if you see, it happened in the 3 stages. According to modern science, it happened in the 3 stages. First stage was, they said Earth also had the same kind of atmosphere like that of Venus and Jupiter, made up of hydrogen and helium. But initially, because of very strong solar winds, this hydrogen and helium got destroyed. That atmosphere was completely destroyed. It was torn off, loss of primordial atmosphere. When Earth was formed, the initial atmosphere was made up of hydrogen and helium. That was lost. Okay. Then what happened? Earth was very hot. It started cooling down. When something, when it starts cooling down, gases comes out of it. When you are angry, people say you are fuming. When you start, your anger start going down. You feel that something is going out of your ear. Some kind of heat is going out of your ear, your head. Similarly, when Earth was cooling down, a lot of gases came out of Earth. This is known as degassing. What is? So inside the Earth, there was a carbon dioxide. There was a water vapor. So this water vapor, it came in a huge quantity and it occupied the upper atmosphere. It started going up and up and up. When it went up, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere got dissolved into that. Okay. When it cooled down, it rained. It is said it rained for thousands of years. It kept raining thousands of years. It cooled down the Earth further. When Earth is hot and it is raining, water will come down, again it will evaporate, it will again rain. It will be like cyclical until finally it cools down. Okay. So this huge amount of water was accumulated in the form of oceans. So in this way, oceans were formed. Okay. Now when oceans were formed, okay, so on the second stage, during the degassing stage, you had water vapor, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, little amount of methane, ammonia, and very little free oxygen, not 54%. Very little free oxygen you had. Understanding? So what happened here? Rainfall after degassing. Huge amount of oceans were formed. Now oceans have been formed. Atmosphere is cool. So what will happen? Life, bacteria, algae, So in the third stage, what happened? So I think this is a second stage, cooling and degassing. You can see. So at that time, lot of comets, asteroids used to come and hit the Earth. Okay. Rainfall happened, clouds were formed. Lot of rainfall happened. And oceans were formed. Understood? Okay. When oceans were formed, definitely next stage was formation of life. In the next state, what happened? Life formed in the form of algas, blue-green algas. Okay. This blue-green alga, they started using the organic matter. They started using the carbon dioxide. Because of the carbon, they breathe carbon dioxide, they produce oxygen, they produce sugar. To eat those blue-green algae, higher organisms develop. Okay. So in this way, it is said that whatever oxygen that we have, 95% of the oxygen was created by the blue-green algae and not today's plant. It was created by the oceanic life at that point of time. And today we are destroying the oceans. Oceans are getting polluted by the plastic. They are saying if we destroy oceans like this, we will not have any oxygen in future. Oceans are biggest source of oxygen. They are big sink of carbon dioxide because these algae, they are eating carbon dioxide and they are producing oxygen. They are producing sugar. They are producing a lot of biodiversity. Understand? Okay. So this is how these algae, blue-green algae, red algae, okay, they helped in formation of oxygen. Understood? Okay. So this is modification of atmosphere by the living organism. You know, in that prelim question 2018, the third option was atmosphere was modified by the living organism. So this is how this atmosphere was modified by the living organism. Understood? Okay. So this is all about fundamentals of geography. Okay. There is one of the small part of the fundamentals of geography, which is called geographic time scale. You know, we have a time scale like human time scale. Our time scale works according to our life. You know, a life of a human being is 100 years. So our time scale is different. You'll get married at particular age. You'll have a children at particular age. You want house at particular age. You want job at particular age. But same will not be true for an ant whose life is just for a week or 2 weeks. It will have a different life goals. His world is different. A dog has a 12 years life. His life goals are different. He wants to produce more children than you in less life, with less time. Dogs giving a birth 10, 5, 6, 10 puppies. A fish gives thousands of eggs. Its life is very short. The shorter is the life, more children they produce. Getting it. So according to lifespan, the time scale or time happens or time is calculated in terms of Earth. Earth as a living organism or as a planet, it has a huge life. Currently, Earth is 4 billion years old. Means the age of Earth is 400 crores right now. So it is not related to your life, your time. So if you want to calculate the events in the life of the Earth, we need bigger geological time scale. So time scale of the Earth or time scale used by the geography is very different from time scale used in the history, biology. Okay. So we calculate times in hours, seconds, milliseconds. If you waste the 5 minutes, you say, have any shame you wasted my 5 minutes. Said like this sometimes. Okay. But here, 5 minutes to the Earth is nothing. In 5 million for 5 million years for the Earth is nothing. Getting it? Okay. So Earth's times is calculated in terms of geological time scale, and it is divided into eons, eras, periods, epochs, and age. Have you seen the movie Ice Age? So 10,000 years back, the entire Earth was covered with the ice. At that time, they have animated the movie in the form of Ice Age. If you see those movies, Ice Age, you'll also have so many geographical facts clear, because they said how continents drifted from one place to another place. You know, they showed one character. He tried to fix a nut into the Earth, and entire crust cracks because of that. And one continent gets separated from another continent just because he was trying to fix a nut inside the Earth. Getting it? Okay. So these geological times, different geological time span, different events in the life of Earth happened, and still it is happening. So biggest is eon. Eon, 4 total periods of billion years. What is a eon? 4 billion years. Eras, 10 defined several 100 million years. Then period. Eras are subdivided into periods. Periods are subdivided into epochs. Epochs are subdivided into age. So in this way, we calculate the various events happened in the life of the Earth at a different time. Okay. So like you can see eons, if you see pre-Archean eon, means before the formation of the rock or before the cooling of the Earth, called as the pre-Archean. 3,800 billions before. Archean. Archean means the oldest period when rock was formed. Life cannot form until the solid rocks were formed. After that, you have Proterozoic, Phanerozoic. Recent is the Phanerozoic. We are in the Phanerozoic eon. Okay. Phanerozoic is important for us. It can be divided into eras like Paleozoic, means ancient Phanerozoic. Paleo means ancient. Mesozoic means middle time of this Phanerozoic era. And Cenozoic means current time of the Phanerozoic. So Phanerozoic eon, we are in the Cenozoic era. Cenozoic era can also be converted into tertiary period and quaternary period. So we are in the quaternary period. Understood? In this way, we talk about the time on the surface of the Earth. Okay, we are in the quaternary period. So in this way, geological time scale and different events can be spoken. Okay, so periods, quaternary periods, what happened? Evolution of human beings. Entire evolution of human beings happened in the quaternary period. Tertiary period, mammals got diversified. Cretaceous period, extinction of dinosaur happened. You know, Deccan Trap, Hyderabad, Maharashtra, part of Karnataka, it formed during the Cretaceous period. At that time, there were dinosaurs here. Dinosaurs got killed during the Cretaceous period. Understood? Okay. first primate means first monkeys appeared during this time. So as one species left, another species took over. Okay. So first primate appeared, first flowering plant appeared. Before that, there were no flowers to the plant. Okay. Then Jurassic era, first birds appeared. Dinosaurs were diversified. You know, Jurassic Park movie you have seen? I had seen the various dinosaurs. So these dinosaurs got diversified during the Jurassic period. Triassic period, first mammal came on the earth. Mammal means what? The young ones. They don't lay eggs. Okay, so first mammal come, first dinosaur came in the Triassic period. Below that, Permian. Reptiles got diversified, extinction happened. Okay, like that you go Devonian, Silurian, Ordovician, Cambrian. So Cambrian was the first period where first fishes appeared. Before the fishes, okay, before Precambrian, that is called as the Precambrian era, in that you had all soft-bodied animal called as the mollusks. You had algas, mollusks, very primary animal. When oceans were recently formed. Understanding. So these different periods, different eons, different eras can be asked in the exam. So just before the exam, just you have to put one side and remember the major events. Like quaternary, you should remember. Evolution of human beings. This is must. So first mammal, first bird, extinction of dinosaurs, first primate, first fish. This you should remember. Understood? Okay. So in this way, geological time period is classified in geography. Just 1 crore year is nothing. One stone, it takes few crore years for one small stone to degrade completely, if it is left like that. It's very small time in the history of the earth. Okay. So these notes you will get today. Okay. You see the notes, go home, do the revision. There are questions below this chapter. Solve those questions. So this is your exercise. Okay, so finish this chapter today. Don't keep it for tomorrow. Okay, either read it from soft copy or hard copy. Finish it. Okay, and tomorrow you will have a holiday. Okay, day after tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock. Okay, so enjoy Ganapati Visarjan. Okay, but do only Ganapati Visarjan. You don't go along with that. You come out. Okay. Okay, so see you day after tomorrow. Okay, if you have any doubts, I hope you guys have my number. I am there in the group. Okay, my number is in the group. It is there. 9971269871. 9971269871. So if you have any doubt while studying or something, or whatever analysis that you are doing, you can send it to me personally, or you can show it to me in the class or after class. Okay. So see you day after tomorrow. We'll start with a core geography, that is geomorphology. From day after tomorrow, we'll start with the geomorphology.